Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to try something a little bit different today. We're going to try a beauty hack that I personally love and try and use as much as possible, and one that I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys. It is a drugstore based hack. I'll be using all drugstore products, so if you are into this kind of video, please keep watching. So I'm sure a lot of you know about what is called color correcting in makeup, and that's basically just taking the colors that you don't like on your face. For example, if you have a spot on your face and it's red, you would then take a color from the opposite side of the color wheel. You would take green and use green to counterbalance that red. So today I'm going to do that with my dark circles. As you guys can see, I have some very purpley blue dark circles, so I'm going to try and counteract that with some orange red. Now, buying color correcting concealers can be expensive because not only are you looking to buy your own concealer, your own foundation to go over the top of that color correcting concealer, you're also buying the concealer itself. So a great hack to use instead of buying new concealers is lipstick. So I have two lipsticks here by Rimmel, and this one is called Kate, and it's in the shade The Kiss of Life. And this is kind of a more true red, a little bit of bluer undertones, I would say. Looks like that. So we're going to test out this one on the left half of my face, your guys is right. And then this is a lipstick also by Rimmel in the shade Call Me Crazy. And this is a little bit more of an orangier tone lipstick. So we're going to test it out and see what one we like better today. See how it has a little bit more orangey tones in it, and that's going to go on the right side of my face, or your guys' left. And we're also going to test it out with two different methods of application today. We're going to use a beauty blender. I opted for black just because we're working with red lipstick and I didn't want to stain my light orange Real Technique sponge. And then we're going to go with a stippling brush by e.l.f. Small stipple brush. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Okay, so let's start with the left side of my face. I'm going to go in with this Kate lipstick and put that right under my eye. So as you guys can see, it's just kind of a thick layer of red, enough to get the color out, out, in, however you want to say it, enough to get the color from the tube to my face. And then we are going to take the beauty blender and we're going to blend that out. But a secret that I learned is that lipstick is kind of hard to blend on your face. That probably doesn't come as a surprise. But something that I do when I do use lipstick underneath my eyes is I add a drop of sweet almond oil onto whatever I'm using to apply it. In this case, it's the beauty blender. Just the tiniest little drop. But yeah, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And then we're just going to go ahead and blend that in until it's pretty sheer, not entirely sheer, like we still want to be able to cover it because we do want the color to correct the color that's there. So we want to blend it but not over blend it. You'll see. So that's kind of how you're going to want it to look. You can see me kind of using the end of the beauty blender to clean up the pieces that went a little awry over here. But that's okay, it's not a big deal because at the end you'll be putting concealer and foundation over the top of it, so it shouldn't really be a problem as far as being able to blend over the top of it no matter where it ends up in your face, but you do really want to focus it to the underneath of your eyes. So next we're going to go in with the right side of my face and we're going to take... my hands are kind of oily from the almond oil. And we're going to take the second Rimmel lipstick and pop that right below this eye. So you guys can see, very similar to the last time, just a really nice opaque line. And this time, instead of the beauty blender, we're going to blend it out with the e.l.f. brush. I'm filming in the morning for once, which is totally off for me. I always film in the afternoon, so I'm trying to chug coffee as fast as possible. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of almond oil to the end of my stippling brush so that it blends a little easier, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out so it looks like the other side. So as you guys can see, now I have 2 patches of red below my eyes. And now I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer and blend that out. I'm realizing right now I kind of lied in the intro. I guess it's not all drugstore tutorial, but it is definitely drugstore lipstick. But this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in the shade R20. This is my favorite concealer of all time, and the reason why I'm using it in this video versus one of my e.l.f. concealers is that this is a very heavy-duty concealer, and I will say that when you are color correcting with lipstick, it is really heavy, so you're going to want a heavy concealer that can also combat that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this under my eyes and then blend it out with a clean beauty blender, my Real Techniques sponge. As you guys can see, it's now just the tiniest bit of pinky reddish. Let me grab you guys and show you up close. So you can definitely still see the undertones there, but it's not overtly red or pink as it was. And then now over the top, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and I use the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 201. And this is my favorite foundation of the moment, so I'm just going to go right in with this onto my Real Techniques sponge and blend that out all over my face. So as you guys can see now, that has all blended out underneath my eye, and my dark circles are definitely very covered. So now, and this is definitely an optional step, for me I still feel pretty weird after I put my foundation on and I don't put on a concealer. So I'm gonna take my Hourglass stick foundation and I'm gonna use it as a concealer, and this is in the shade Blanc. And I'm just going to pop the tiniest bit of this under my eyes and then also on my chin and up here. It's very light, so it also sort of works as a highlighter for me. So even though I did use concealer before my foundation, I definitely like to go in with something as well over the top just to really give me a full coverage look. So I'm going to go in with that right now. So again, not using a lot of product. As you can see, I just kind of dashed it on my face really quick, and this is just going to help to lighten up the areas that I want to be a little lighter. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out again with my Real Techniques sponge. Okay, and then finally, as far as the under eyes are concerned, I'm going to go ahead and set them because there is a lot of product there and we don't want it to move around or crease or anything. So I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade Translucent. I used to love loose translucent powder, but lately I've really been loving this. As you can see, like, I've hit pan on it. And I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm just going to coat the ends of the brush with this powder and then pop it under my eyes. Okay, so I'm actually only going to set that part of my face right now because I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then come back and show you guys the finished look. So how the under eyes kind of look when I have eye makeup on and when I have a little bit of contour and highlight on, and then you guys can see what you think of this technique. So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so here is my completed makeup look, including the under eyes. So let me know what you guys think about videos like this in the comments. I can definitely do more of them in the future if you liked them, if you disliked them. And I will link all of the products that I used in today's video in the description box below, so you can check them out there and purchase them if you'd like to try out the technique I did today. But other than that, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!